Welcome to Marvel Champions podcast about Marvel Champions, the card game. I'm your host, Scott, and with me as always, my co-host, Ryan.
How is it going, my friend?
It's going pretty good, Ryan. It's first part of August. Got past some vacation. It's been a busy few weeks, and do you know what happens in the first part of August all the time, Ryan?
Well, school's about to start for some people. Football season's coming up, American football.
Merc.
And I think one of the biggest gaming...
Oh, really, Ryan? What would that be?
Well, I mean, some might call it big. I don't know. I guess it's kind of a thing called Gen Con. I don't know.
Oh, Gen Con. That's right, Ryan. Gen Con happened. Or is happening? I don't know. Happened at the time of recording. Who knows? But, yeah. Traditionally, we usually get an in-flight report from FFG. And this year was no different.
Yeah. And not a whole lot for Marvel Champions, but just enough to get people talking.
That's right. I think the biggest takeaways, without jumping straight into our main topic tonight, they said Nightcrawler and Magneto are still happening, which I don't think was in doubt.
That's always good.
They said some stuff about trying to add more resources to the product, and they said, I assume was a nod to last year saying the game was dead, that the game is not dead. So they just made sure to reemphasize that.
I don't know if that's going to make our as the game dead award now.
It's true. We might have to scrap that for 2024. Yep. Yeah. I think that's making money out of things dead. Sure. Oh, yeah. I mean, we're still only a little halfway over the year. There's a lot of time to figure that out. We haven't made an episode about it, but, the rules update just hit recently.
Yeah, some changes going on with that.
Yeah. All right, Ryan. Let's talk about their big announcement for Future.
That's right. So we got some images and a whole lot of just kind of screenshots of just random things, but they all come into context when you see the picture of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. expansion coming soon.
Yeah, we got the title. Now, Ryan, do you remember way back when they announced the first campaign box?
I can't remember.
They actually hid the title, or they left out some words, and then I think they were a short time frame they revealed what the title was.
It's been so long, I do not remember that.
So long ago. They did talk about that, Ryan. Their 5 years. They did talk about their 5 years, and maybe they have something cool planned, maybe not. I know the one-shots are happening, but...
Yeah. Those, I think, have been going pretty good, so...
Yeah, we need to do that. We need to catch up on those, right?
We need to do that one. They just came out with the Hood one, so we'll have to look at that and see.
Yeah, teamwork in the hood. The other cool thing about this one is this is product code MC50. So, that's pretty cool. That hurts my wallet.
What does that mean?
So each of these...
Is this the 50th expansion?
It's the 50th product, mainline product. So core box was, I think, MC01. Then you have your first hero is MC02. Yeah.
Has it really been that many? Man, I feel like it hasn't, but maybe it has.
If you add all the boxes and heroes and campaign expansions, I'm pretty sure it's right there. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Now, Scott, everyone's talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but there was another image that everyone's talking about. So, before we go to that image, first off, what are your thoughts about the next expansion being S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I think it's going to be a good change of pace. So, we've been very mutant superpowers, some real, beefy characters from the Marvel Universe, strong, kind of supernatural, not supernatural, but super powered, out of the ordinary, extraordinary, where I think this is going to ground the game a little bit and make you see the game a little different, right? If you think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., most of these are just regular humans, right? At least I'm going off the premise of agents that are in S.H.I.E.L.D. or, just people with talent of espionage or tactics or this and that. So I think it's going to be a good change of pace.
Now, the question is this going to be like a next series of expansions, or is this kind of like a one-off, like the Spider-Man and I would say Guardians, but I guess it fit into the main storyline too. But it felt like Spider-Man was like a bridge expansion.
You're talking about like Sinister Motives?
Yes, Sinister's Motives.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the name, so I just said Spider-Man.
I mean, it is Spider-Man, Miles Morales. I would probably say this one is probably one of those break kind of one-off waves. I just don't think there's enough big heroes that you could create like a second wave and a second box
that hasn't already like been released.
That hasn't already been out.
Like,
sure, right.
Captain America is a big one for S.H.I.E.L.D., but obviously he's been released.
Right. Taking all that in consideration, I just can't see another full wave.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, I think the big things we can speculate real quick is maybe some heroes that are going to be in the box, and maybe wave, and maybe some of the villains that we might encounter.
Yeah. Do we want to just kind of start out by talking about some of the images? Because it was like a little quick. If you watched it live, it was super choppy. So it was like, but they do show like 2 silhouetted, redacted dossiers, and one makes me think it's Nick Fury, bald, trench coat with a super high collar, going that Sam Jackson vibe. I don't know. I'm picking up Sam Jackson. Jeez, I'm picking up Nick Fury for sure. And when you think of S.H.I.E.L.D., to me, you think Nick Fury.
Yes, it has to be Nick Fury because he is the face of S.H.I.E.L.D. And you're right. He kind of like has like a unless he has like some crazy trapezoids. I think it's like a collar or something like that. And it looks like they have no hair. It's bald. He's bald because it's the. I'm assuming the Nick Fury of like the ally Nick Fury, not the old one with the white hair, the David Hasselhoff version.
Ryan, why would you steal my thunder?
Oh, was that your thunder?
Well, I was gonna go. It'd be cool if they did the Ultimates. This is the Ultimates Nick Fury, Ryan, and then do a second wave, or in the wave of heroes, they do a David Hasselhoff version.
That would be
and
pretty
get the
fun.
Hasselhoff, but I know they wouldn't do that. But that was I was gonna slip in David Hasselhoff into this conversation. So thanks, Ryan.
You're welcome. I try to help wherever I can. So
all right.
But yeah, this should be interesting. So I do think on the second one, I'm not sure who it's going to be. I think Maria Hill is very much a possibility. We have the ally of her, and she's also, if Nick Fury wasn't the face, she would be the face of S.H.I.E.L.D. because she's always like the right-hand man type
and there's
thing.
Been times where she is director of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a large portion of the comic. He's on dead or presumed dead or in hiding.
Sabbatical.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that'd be my guess, but I have no idea how to even like approach how to make a hero of like Maria Hill, and let alone Nick Fury. Like, were they going to have just a human punch, deals 1 damage but costs like 3?
That or a pistol, right?
A combat pistol. Guess, they can just have a gun. It'd be one of those like I was gonna say like an Indiana Jones moment where like the bad guy's all like rah, and then just someone pulls out a gun and shoots him.
Yeah, see, that can be super.
Pin damage. All right, fatally wounded.
See, yeah, I can see what you mean. You would have to have some new, unique ways to lean on some characteristics of their character. Because like I alluded earlier, we're getting, if, they go Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. humans, you're going to get away from these superpower that we've seen so much in the past 3 years, 3 waves, 2.5 years, whatever. You're not going to have, fireworks and bamfs and ice clones.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how they pull those characters off, like how they make sense within the game.
The other big community speculation, if it's not Maria Hill, would be Quake, which we've seen as an ally in the game.
That's true. Yep.
Earthquake powers, or whatever.
I think she definitely has a strong possibility of being a hero, if not this hero, one of the heroes in the wave.
Sure, because you see a lot of those male-female balance. She would be a pretty good recognizable agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah.
Yeah. So that definitely could be an option. The other one that's been floating around too is Mockingbird.
Okay. As a hero or as that dossier silhouette? Because the hair to me is not that.
It's short hair,
but for like a
Mockingbird I think tends to have longer hair.
Possible hero in the wave, I could jump on that if and to agree with you.
Yeah. So that could be a potential option. So.
If we're sticking with the female train, another one you could do would be like an Agent 13.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. You could Agent 13.
Is that Sharon, right?
Yeah, Sharon Carter. Heck, you could always do a Peggy Carter, maybe. I don't know. A retro.
That would be interesting to see a Peggy Carter. I mean, I guess she's more of the old line
Shield.
of age.
Hey, Shield. You could have her just as an old lady. I mean, we do have Aunt May in the Spider-Man kit. She could just be an old.
That's true.
Old lady.
True. Yeah. Some other heroes that I saw. I've had to look up different heroes that have been adjacent or related to S.H.I.E.L.D. Most of them, like the bigger heroes, most of them we already have heroes for. But Mockingbird came up. Quake came up. One that's come up on at least 2 of the ones I've looked at is Falcon.
Okay, I can see that.
And I know we don't have him. I mean, people have been wondering, why didn't we get him as Avengers? And we have an ally of him, so that could be an option too. I guess at one time, looking at some of the things, he led S.H.I.E.L.D. superhuman team, I guess.
Yeah.
Or super agent team, not superhuman.
Yeah. He seems one of those, more human heroes that would fit into an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. I guess he led a group that was part of S.H.I.E.L.D. called the Super Agents. So
okay.
That could be an option. I don't know if they'll do a Captain America version or just a traditional his red outfit.
Red and white spandex. Yeah, probably.
Red and white spandex. That's
so
always a classic.
The other big name that we didn't see in an Avengers wave that the community has been talking about would be a Winter Soldier. He's got a lot of S.H.I.E.L.D. ties, so...
How would you do that? You just have a metal arm and punches everybody?
I mean, that's the easiest way to go about it.
Oh, better yet, if he could be Taken, where he throat chops everybody. The movie Taken.
He has a particular set of skills. Is that what you're
He has a particular set of skills, and he just, throat chops everybody.
I was thinking that, or he could have, a Smolder support, where he just... Or maybe it's an event. He just looks at you like a Winter Soldier Smolder stare.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Could be. Who knows?
I'm trying to think of some other heroes, but I do not know any other ones.
Yeah. I mean, the only other thing I could speculate, and I just don't see they're as strong. There was an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show that was decent. And they had their core heroes, and they kind of came and went, but they were all human-based, and I wouldn't see them being able to be like a hero. I mean, another crazy concept, would you do like a hero pack that is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Obviously, you couldn't name it Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because that's what the expansion is called. But it would have like multiple heroes that were just
like a squad.
Humans. Yeah, like a squad. I don't know how you'd make that work. With like a shared health or something. Yeah.
Well, you could probably do it like a flip hero, where instead of where you're flipping heroes, you're flipping to a particular agent to go do something.
Okay.
There you
go. Who knows?
FFG, call us.
All right. Heroes, Ryan. Those are some good speculations. So the other thing that led people to maybe some Winter Soldier is one of the pictures is like a Caucasian dude with a red ball cap with some brown hair.
Oh, maybe. In that picture?
Yeah, some of this kind of still shots. There's like some random photos, and they could be absolutely nothing. But that was some people stringing things together. It makes me think of that like one meme from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where he's got like the big board strung up and he's like
Pepe Silva. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So
yeah,
there's that.
It's true.
All right.
And so one of the pictures kind of leads us into what may be the main like storyline of the thing, and it is AIM. Where literally it's funny because it's through like crosshairs of, I guess, like a rifle, and you can see the letters AIM on there.
Yeah, that was going to be my segue. Is segue over to some villains, right? We got 5 villains potentially, right? I don't know. It could be like the past. We could have 4 and a double, but let's say they go 5. AIM. Do you know anybody that's typically very AIM heavy? Villain-wise?
I will in a minute after Google tells me.
The big one is MODOK. MODOK is AIM.
Do you think they'll do MODOK? Is that like too crazy for like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. book?
I don't know. You would have to think that the like main villain of AIM, if you're going to show AIM as a teaser, that they would potentially include that villain.
Okay. All right. Yeah, then I mean, I guess he is pretty not common. He's very involved in AIM, so that does sound fairly reasonable that he could be in there.
And then like the other speculation is, do you do if you are doing a bunch of AIM focus, do you do one that is like kind of like how Sentinel was, where it's more of like maybe some AIM, like a higher up, just generic AIM person, the beekeeper, and then have a whole bunch of minions that are AIM soldiers or whatever.
Maybe. I honestly don't know a ton about AIM. Sorry, everyone. I failed you.
Do you at least know what it means, Ryan?
It means Advanced Idea Mechanics.
Okay, good. And that was in Google, right? Yes.
Yeah. Google saved me on there.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Some other possible ones I guess are involved with AIM. Aldridge Killian.
So that was from
He's the
Iron Man
the fire
3.
guy from Iron Man 3.
Yeah, they kind of went that storyline. Yeah. The fireman.
Let's see. We got Crimson Cow, Crimson Dynamo.
Oh, I love Crimson
Great
Dynamo.
Gargoyle, Claw, MODOK, as we said. Nitro? He's the one that I think exploded and started Civil War in the comics, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Nitro? Yeah,
there's one.
Nitro.
There's one villain that I've always liked. I think he would be a cool one.
That would be me.
He's like the brother of Wonder Man, I think. Maybe I may be off on that. He's a brother of somebody, but he's got like this big scythe hand arm thing going on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
One name that has popped up a couple times. I don't know him very well, but Graviton.
Yeah, he's like Magneto-esque. He like can pretty much do stuff with gravity and blow the world up and things like that.
Fun.
He was a villain in that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show, and I want to say there was like a early aughts Agents, Avengers cartoon animated run that had him as a villain or something.
The other one that I see, I guess the person changes, but the villain's the same, is the Scientist Supreme for AIM. It looks like AIM has a Scientist Supreme that's like a battle suit.
Okay, so see, that's where you could do like the Scientist Supreme and then have a bunch of kind of no-name AIM minions, right? Different levels of grunt or brute or something like that.
Yeah.
Where you wouldn't have to have a real villain. You just kind of take up one of the slots.
Yeah. This will be interesting to see what they do. They may incorporate maybe some Hydra stuff involved since it is S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm not sure if they'll do that, but they might have some Hydra stuff. So there's like Baron
Strucker. Yes.
So
that was going to be my other thing. Is community-wise, the couple names I've heard are the two Barons, Baron Strucker and Baron Zemo.
Zemo, he's a big name one, so maybe he's involved.
When you do talk about S.H.I.E.L.D., espionage, Hydra, these are usually a couple big names. We already had Red Skull, so pretty much takes him out of the boat, but
yeah. I do see one thing, just maybe some fan hopefuls. I see Punisher, his name floating around involving S.H.I.E.L.D., so maybe he could be involved somehow. Let's see, any others that stand out? I mean, Wolverine has been part of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I doubt we're going to get like a second Wolverine.
A House of M would be pretty cool.
Yeah. There is one that might be an interesting hero, Yelena Belova.
Yes.
Another Black Widow.
You could.
I wonder if they would do another like Black Widow type hero.
Well, we've had two Spider-Man, so you could have another Black Widow just with a different name.
That would be interesting. All right, man. Well, that's it's mostly just speculation right now, so we'll see if FFG can get things right and follow what we've suggested, and all will be good.
Yeah, I'm excited. We hopefully should only be like 6 to 8 months away. I'm probably going to say March.
Yeah, March I would say we're probably going to get, before the end of the year, we'll probably get a good release, the actual like release information.
Oh, yeah. So. We'll get a full actual article, I would say probably September, October.
Yeah. I have seen some posts that there are some disappointments in this, but what I would encourage those that are disappointed is, yes, maybe Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not your street level heroes that you've been wanting, like your Daredevil, but if it is kind of like a bridge expansion, like Sinister Modus was, it could be starting the next big set, and maybe that's going to be like some characters that people really love. Maybe the Fantastic Four is going to come through, or it's going to be your Marvel Knights type stuff. So just wait till after this expansion. I would say that should be the key on where they are moving next for the next few years.
So I have two small things to add. Another random villain group that I've heard thrown out a couple times was Serpent Society, and then Purple Cobras, and then what was I gonna say? The other thing is the potential for the increase in the S.H.I.E.L.D. keyword. Some cards
that will be exciting.
To make that be able to be kind of revisited, revamped, strengthened with some of the positives, because you are right. I've seen it's probably about a 70-30, 60-40 split. The majority is excited, and with this game, I'm excited for anything new. But I can definitely see if you were expecting them to come out with, those street levels or Fantastic Four, this could have been a little bit of a letdown, and maybe that'll subside for people. But I think it's good. That's always the fear towards the end of a game, right? Is you're getting these random characters, or like random dupes of characters. So
the leftovers.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm excited. We'll see where this goes, and it should be. Hopefully, I'm really excited to see if the story is good. Because one of my favorite MCU movies is the Winter Soldier, Captain America: Winter Soldier, and I really like the espionage and stuff. So hopefully, because it's Shield, it will follow that kind of thing. I'm not sure how you would do that, but it would be fun. So,
yeah,
as long as it's not the missions.
That's probably one of my biggest things is that's probably one of my favorite MCU movies, and I just like the suspense and the thriller aspect of it. If they can make that translate to a campaign, that's just gravy on the biscuit there.
Oh, and I sure love gravy biscuits.
So I have one more shameless little, I guess, plug here. So, okay. Gen Con, they do promos, and one of the only few things I don't have that I've wanted to get for a while is those Core Box Gen Con promos. So if anybody has some extras that they maybe we can work something out, or got an extra copy, hit me up. Hit me up at marvelchumpionspod at gmail.com. And also let us know your thoughts about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Is it going to be Maria Hill and Nick Fury, or is it going to be somebody else in that campaign box? Let us know. Reach out to us. And as always, if you want to go from a chump to a champ, listen to the Marvel Champions podcast. Thanks.
Stay safe out there, S.H.I.E.L.D. agents.